Hello and welcome to this tutorial for users of Microsoft PowerPoint 2016 for the Mac. In this tutorial I'm going to go through the steps of creating a simple PowerPoint presentation to give you an overview of the program and show you some of the things that I'll be expanding on in later tutorials. And to begin, I've got the PowerPoint program open with a blank slide, and the first thing I'm going to do is create my title slide. And to do that I'm going to go to the Layout button there on the Home tab, click on that. And from the drop-down options, I'm going to select Title Slide. Next, I simply follow the on-screen instructions to add my title and a subtitle. So first of all, I click where it says to click, and I'll add my title, which is going to be Fred's Adventure Holidays, and then click in the subtitle box, and the subtitle will be Summer Offers. And for now, that's all I need to do for my title slide. And I'm going to add another slide to my show now. So I come to the New Slide button there and click on the drop down, Next New Slide, and I'm going to choose the second template, Title and Content. And as I add slides, you'll see the preview on the left in the sidebar there, and of course on the right in the main window, the actual slide for the show. So here I'm going to click where it says again, click to add title for my second slide, and this will be Tents and Shelters. And then I'll move down to the second box here and click to add text as it says there, and I'm going to add some products and prices now. The first thing is the deluxe tent, priced at $395, and next we have the basic tent, and that's priced at $195, and finally we have a quick fold shelter, priced at £149. That completes the text to my second slide, and I'm going to add a third slide now. So I simply click again the New Slide button, and again I get the same template as the previous slide, and I can now click and add the title, which in this case will be Sleeping Bags. Next, click in the content box and again go through the process of typing out the content. And that completes the text content for my third slide, and I'm going to add slide number 4 now. So again, simply click the New Slide button, and again I'll go through the process of adding the title and my text content. There's slide number 4 completed, and finally if I click on the drop down arrow again next to the New Slide button, I'm going to choose the blank slide template, and to add my text here this time I'm going to come to the right side of the Home tab on the Insert section there. Click on text box and click anywhere on the slide and type in the text for my final slide, which is for more information, ask in store or call. And if I press the enter key a couple of times there and add in the phone number, that will complete all the text I have to enter for this slideshow. Now at the moment, I hope you'll agree, it doesn't look very exciting, and if I now press the page up key to move back up the show, you can see all my slides there, and of course I can press page down to go through it in the correct order. So now I need to do a little bit of work to make the show a bit more visually interesting. So I'm going to press the home key to jump back to slide number 1, and we'll start by applying a little bit of formatting to my title slide. And I'm first of all going to click on the title, and you'll see the box surrounding the title, and I'm actually going to click on the edge of that box. And if I come up again to the Home tab, you will see in the font section we have the present size of that text, and I can use this up and down text size button here to increase or decrease the font size. I'm going to click on the increase font size button just to make that a little bit larger, stand out a little bit more. And if I go too far, I can obviously reverse that by clicking the reduce font size. And in fact what I might do is actually click at the end of the word Fred's, press the enter key, and so my title is over 2 lines. I'll then click onto the Summer Offers box there, and you can see again if I click on the edge that will select everything in the box, and this time I'll just use the drop down font size option there, and I'm going to select 54 to make that a bit larger, and I can maybe also just drag that box down a little bit there. And if I want to deselect everything, I can either press the escape key on the keyboard or just click away from the slide in that grey section to the left or to the right. Next I'll go to slide number 2, and I'll just click in the slide navigation window on the left there to bring up the second slide. And here again I just want to make the text stand out a little bit more by increasing the size of the font. So let's go to the title section. Again, just click on the edge there, and here perhaps I will choose 54 as the size, and that makes that a little bit larger. I could also apply bold formatting and perhaps even center the text as well. These text formatting tools, by the way, very similar to what you'll see in a word processor such as Microsoft Word. Next, I'll just click onto my product list there. Again, click on the edge of the text box. So I'm going to apply the formatting to everything within that box. And here I'll click on the drop-down list for font sizes, and I'll select 36, make that a little bit larger there. So I can now go to slide number 3, click in my title area, just click on the edge. So select 54 as the font size, and again here I need to select B for bold and also center. Come to my list of products there, click on the edge of that box, and here I'm going to select 36 as the size. And I'll do the same thing for slide number 4. So if I click on slide 4 in the navigator window, and here all I need to do is click on the word catering. I don't need to click on the edge of the box because there is only one word. And I can set the font size again to 54, apply bold formatting and center that word. And now come to my list of products, and here I do need to click on the edge of the box to select all the content there, and again choose 36 as the font size, and then just click away to deselect. And finally, let's come to slide number 5, and here I'm going to click on the edge of the text box and I'll choose 60 as my size. And I also want to make that text a little bit more centered, so I'm going to click on the center button for the text, but I'm also going to center the box itself by coming to the shape format options and then click on the drop down where the arrange button is. Come to the align button, click on the drop down there, and I'm going to choose align center, and then choose the same options again and choose align middle, and you should see a more dramatic shift in the position this time when I click align middle. And then when I click away, you'll see the text centered and looking a little bit more tidy. So again, now if I come back up the slideshow, pressing page up, you'll see those items stand out with a bit more visual impact. But I'd like to add a bit of colour to the show now, and one way of doing that of course is to maybe apply colour to the text itself. And if I select, for example, this line here, summer offers, I could go to the font section, click on the drop down where my text colours are, and perhaps choose a strong red colour, and perhaps even apply bold formatting as well. If I click away, you'll see that stands out nicely. Rather than go through slide by slide to apply colour here, I'm going to use one of PowerPoint's built-in design themes. And to do that, click on the Design tab, and you'll see the theme section on the left and also variations of the theme that you choose on the right. I'm going to put the mouse pointer over the theme section, click on the drop-down arrow, and from the bottom row, I'm going to choose the third one from the right, this one called Retrospect, and if I click to apply, you'll see I have this strip of colour at the bottom of the slide and also this line dividing my title and subtitle here. And if I go through the show, you'll see that the theme has actually changed the font as well for each of my slides. Next, I'll press the home button to come back to slide number 1. The next thing I want to do is add some pictures to the show, and I'm going to go to the Insert tab, and in the Images section, click on Pictures and choose Picture from File. And on my desktop, I have a folder called PowerPoint Pictures. If I click on that, you'll see my pictures labeled slide 1, 2, 3 and 4. And if I click on slide number 1 and just click Insert, that will add that image to the slide. Adding that image has caused this Design Ideas window to appear. I'm going to close that down for now because I don't want that. And all I need to do here is click on the image, and I'm going to resize it by putting the mouse pointer at the bottom left, put the mouse pointer over the drag handle and click and drag to reduce the size of that image. And then I'm going to relocate it at the top right, and again maybe just resize it slightly so I'm not interfering with the text, and again just click away to deselect. I'm happy with that for now. Click to slide number 2, and again I'm going to add another picture, so Insert tab, click Pictures from File. This time I'll double click on slide number 2. Again, click on the image because I'll need to resize it, and this time I'll put the mouse pointer at the top left there, click and drag down until my tent is of reasonable size, and then just drag to reposition. This time I'll put it somewhere at the bottom right there. And let's go to slide number 3, do the same thing. So insert picture from File, double click slide number 3 image, and then I can resize as I did before. Just shrink it down and reposition, come to slide 4, let's do the same thing, insert picture from file, and there's my image for slide 4, and I'll reduce the size again, just click and drag on the drag handle there, and here I'll also rotate the image a little bit, just drag it there to the bottom right, and I might resize that as well just to make it stand out a little bit more. And again, finally click away to deselect, and if I go back to the top, my first slide, and if I just use the page down key, you get a preview there of my show with all the formatting applied. And finally here, to complete my show, I'm going to add some animations, and to do that I'm going to go to the slide sorter view. So if I click on the view tab and choose slide sorter, I'm going to first of all click and drag to select all the slides in the show. Click on the transitions tab, and from the options I'm going to select the fade effect there, and you can see I get a preview of how the slides will appear when I run the show. And finally go to the view tab again, click on the normal view, and I'll go to slide number 2. I'm going to click in my list here, go to the animations tab and select this peek in animation, and what that will do, it'll make my bullet points appear one by one, as you can see. And I'll apply that same animation to slide 3. Again, just click in my list there, click peek in, get the preview, go to slide number 4, and also again click in the list, click the peek in animation button, and that completes my animations. If I close the animation window on the right there, I can now run the show. So if I go to the slideshow tab and choose play from start, we will get the show. So here we go. I'm going to press the space bar to move through the show. So every time I press the space bar, a new item will appear. As you can see, my bullet points coming in one by one there. Again, press the space bar to move to the next slide, and again every press of the space bar brings the next item in the show. And finally my catering section here, and one more press and I will go to the final slide. And if for some reason I wanted to go backwards through the show, I could press the left arrow key. So pressing the left arrow key will reverse the show. As you can see, it's going back point by point and then slide by slide, or press the right arrow key to move forwards through the show in the same way that pressing the space bar moves the show forwards. So item by item, and again come to the final slide. Once I get to the final slide, if I press either the space bar or the right arrow key, I will end the show. So if I just press the right arrow key, I'll get a message saying the slideshow has ended, and if I just click the mouse, I will go back to the PowerPoint production window, as you can see. So that completes this first look at using PowerPoint, creating a simple show, applying formatting, applying a theme, and also some animations to make the show a little bit more visually interesting. I'll go into much more detail about many of the things that you've seen here in future tutorials, but in the meantime, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.